A water trough is just a water trough, right? Well, what happens when it gets too old and rusty to hold water? Well, maybe it becomes a cedar chest. At least it does in the hands of the Akin's family from Chapel Hill. Rob Wiles made a trek to their workshop to discover the things they make with other people's junk.
That's from Grandmother's house, wasn't it?
I think so.
Matt and Aaron Akin are a couple of brothers who might just be out for a walk on a pretty day. But these brothers are really treasure hunters.
Bottom's still in it too.
We're fans of the term picking. A little bit of running water
Be
there.
all right.
We'll go picking every now and then. We've got several buddies that are older farmers that have had this equipment and things like that their entire life.
You can get it out of there.
We'll just beat it up real good before
Yeah.
artificial aging. They're just as passionate as we are about it, in the sense that they don't want it to wind up in a scrapyard, and we don't either. So they know when we can come and talk with them and deal with a piece, they know it's going to be honored and live another lifetime.
A new lifetime as something surprising.
We find a lot of water troughs, and more often than not, they wind up just getting thrown away. We started a while back. Dad made one, and we really liked the way it looked. That's our take on a rustic cedar chest, if you will. So we found a way where we can utilize them and put wood interior in them and put some legs on them, and they make awesome coffee tables or cedar chests or anything like that.
Matt and Aaron and their family own Rustic River Creations, where their purpose is to repurpose things that have been discarded as worthless.
Yeah, to some people it might be junk. To us, it's important to preserve our past and our history. I want my kids to see pieces that we've created and something that's part of our past that was utilized, and we want to keep it around and make sure it doesn't wind up in the scrapyard.
A lot of time and effort goes into keeping those pieces out of the dump and putting them into someone's home. Planning, too. Now, good thing Matt and Aaron have easy access to a talented designer, their dad, Mike.
My dad's got the vision that I currently don't have, but I'm getting there. He can build from the ground up without a drawing, and it turns out to be a phenomenal piece, whereas I do have to sit down and kind of try and study up a little bit before I take on a project.
Which results in beautiful creations.
We've got wood from Carthage, Tennessee that was once a standing log cabin, and we love that wood. It's a mixture of oaks, and we've milled the boards down, and it just makes for a beautiful distressed table that people really enjoy. So we've got that. We've got our hanging bed, which is just a beautiful bed with a woven rope backing and fabricated metal that took so long to do, but the turnout of it is just one that is not duplicated. And then some of our other pieces, we've got desks and things like that we just really like to do those to showcase that it's Rustic River Creations, but we can do elegant and refined as well. We love the pipe legs, and we love just trying to do tricky designs on them to make them look a little bit different. That was a mix-up of a modern, rustic, industrial, several different flavors there, but putting the stainless steel on the outer edge to kind of give an accent, just something that we like to pull out of our brains and see what we can make and see what the end goal is.
Beautiful and interesting.
It's a unique design that is a little more creative with the brass strapping around it, and it's just something that we really like, taking your average stump table and turning it on its head, putting hidden compartments in it and making it to where you can store things in it.
All those pieces take a lot of wood.
We're not lumberjacks. We don't go and cut down trees, but if they have been sustainably harvested, we're going to be the guys that want to make certain that they stick around and see another lifetime. So we're not going to. They don't want to wind up in a dumpster getting burned. With us, we want to cut them up and preserve them, and so other people can enjoy them as well. Don't get any better than that.
Hard work here and in the shop. But listen to this. That is the sound of a man who loves his work.
It's got to be a labor of passion, because if it wasn't, we don't get an hourly rate, and but it's the pure joy of getting to work with our family, and day in and day out being able to learn from our dad, who's our hero, and be able to be creative. And at the end of the day, when we go home, we feel fulfilled. Whereas before, working hourly jobs and things like that, it's just not the same thing. There's not as much pride in it.
Pride in craftsmanship that shows in every piece repurposed and returned to a new life at Rustic River Creations in Chapel Hill.